everyone, it's Laura from Laura's Handcrafted Treats and Treasures. Welcome to or back to my channel. All right, I am here with a project for a subscriber. So Marie, if you see this, thank you for inquiring about my idea book. Now my idea book is not, inclusive of everything. It's just I've just started to put things in it when I want to remember something. And I do go back and look at it. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go through the book and kind of show you some things. And then Marie, if there's something in particular that you want me to demonstrate how to do, leave me a comment and then that will be my next video. I do have one ready today to do. So we're gonna go through this, but then I also have my pocket page layout. I've talked about this before, and you can find this over at Create with Scrimping Mommy. This is in her file section. So I might go through and just show how, some of them are pretty simple, but maybe I'll just go through and do them and put them in a book, show you how I use them in a book. Because this one says flip up. Maybe not everybody knows what I mean by that. I know what I mean by that, but you might not. So I might do both. And then as I get new ones, I just continue to add the pages. All right, so first of all, let's just get started on my idea book. Now, like I said, I don't keep every little thing. I'm trying to, because there's so much out there you can do, and sometimes it just gets lost in your memory because there's just so much. So we're gonna open this up, and the first thing I have here is these are going to be YouTube inspirations. So what I've done, I just added these recently because I've got notes everywhere and then I can't find them, and so I thought, okay, I'm just going to start putting it in my idea book. So right here I might have Gail Agostinelli. She did a hidden spine tutorial that I was able to grasp onto. March 16th, 2021. Start to finish vintage book, February 15th, 2021, over the page belly band. So I mark them down, and then when I go to her YouTube page, I can scroll through and know exactly what dates I'm looking for. It just helps me find them easier. Now, some of them I don't have to anymore because I know how to do them, but I like to keep them just in case I need a reference. So this one is the Paper Outpost. She was the first one I learned to do, apparently, this hidden spine. Now, there's other ones that I've learned along the way. So I have to continue to add to my list and then put their videos of, what they've done, so that if I ever need a reference, I can go back to it. And I can always add more papers to this. Little washi tape. The washi didn't want to stick to the book very well, but I think if I put it on top of the tape, I had to glue it down. Oh, and then it didn't stick to that either, so, oh well. All right, so we'll just get started here. I'm going to try to go through this pretty quick, but like I said, Marie, if you're watching, you let me know what you'd like me to show you. This is pretty self-explanatory. These I just used die cuts, and then I had a couple little, when I was making a little extra, and I just put them in here so that I can use them when I need them. And this I would just pop on a page for journaling. This is, let's see, if I know where I learned it from, I will tell you. If I don't know, I'm just going to tell you I don't know. I believe I was watching Pink Monarch Prince, and they were showing this one. And I just pop them in. I've tried to organize it, but it's just hard for me to do. Okay, so here are some just paperclip templates. These are just ready to go. So if I want to do that hidden paperclip, I've got just some templates and stuff ready to go. One year I was making Christmas bulbs out of coasters that you get, like the round coasters you get from like Olive Garden. And I wanted to remember not so much this part, but how did I do the little topper for the bulb. And so I can look at this and go, oh yeah, I think I used I have a die cut that does this. So I had to run it through twice to get the hole in there. I have a die cut that does these, and then I ran this through, oh gosh, one of my embossing folders, I'm pretty sure. So this I just have in here just to remind me that, oh, I can make a corner pocket out of a die cut. The little dress, I did make a hard copy of it because I have used this before, and so I can just get any patterned paper and then I can just draw this out, cut it out, and just, you know, embellish my journals. Okay, what do we have over here? Let's see, folio template, and then sometimes I put things in here and then I can't remember. Oh, this was if I wanted to do a folio for the top of a journal. I was sort of trying to just be like in my head, instead of remeasuring it all the time. Okay, what would I want that to look like? And I've since done many more different types of folio tops, but I don't know, I just can't get rid of it after I made it, I guess. This is another paper clip, hidden paper clip. This is where you would fold it and do the folds, and then you would cut after all that was done, so you don't have to cut all these little pieces out. And I just left that in there to remind me I don't have to do them individually. I can do them all at once. This, I was making something for my shed. I have a bee theme going on out there, and I just printed this off of the computer, and I've used it to draw around. I think I was using foam board or something, so I just kept it. I do have some die cuts that are this honeycomb shape, but they are smaller, much smaller than this. Let's see, this template, this was actually a template for the last journal I made, so that if I want to sort of make this pocket, I can put this on my paper and then I can draw it and I can get that pocket before I glue the pages down, and then I can slip a tag in there, and then I had a pocket on the bottom. So I just thought, well, I'll just keep the template so I don't have to keep making a new one. These are pretty self-explanatory, just basically gluing some paper down. I think I've glued everything down, but you could just glue the top and the bottom, or the top and the bottom, and leave your center for a belly band as well. But these just add extra journaling spots. Okay, what was this one? Oh, this was like, okay, it looks like an envelope. That's pretty cool. I might make one for a journal. And the neat thing about this is once you take that out and you open it up, well, you have all this journaling spot. So I thought that was cool, and I wanted to keep that for an idea. And then let's see, what did I use this one for? Mini journal insert. Oh, I was just reminding myself that I could make this for a journal, and I could put some pockets here, put some tags or some writing paper, but then that could also be stuck in a pocket. I was playing around here with some scrapbook paper, and it looks like, okay, I guess what I was going for, see how I need these reminders? I don't even remember. So I was going for a pocket, but yet I think I left the ends open. Yeah, so this could have sliding paper in there and in the top one too, and then you could use it either just to place in your journal, and this one's a little big for the size journals that I do, but I think I was doing little golden books, which this is perfect for, but you can always cut that down. Anyway, that's kind of what I was like, okay, I remembered I did that. These were some pockets that I did using one sheet of double-sided scrapbook paper. I have a ton of it. I'm trying to get rid of it. So I'm trying to come up with projects for it, but I just did a fold. There was a certain fold that you could do. So use double-sided paper, 4 by 12, and then if you score it 1.5, 4, and 5.5, then you would get this double pocket. You could also, when you glue it on your page, leave the top open, and then you have another pocket up there. Or if this is blank, this could be journaling. So I have a couple different ones of those, and I just made myself some notes. Now this one, I did learn this from Gail Augustinelli. I don't know where she learned it from, but this is going to be the one that we're going to work on today. All right, and then I just have blank ones. This was all made out of, I had this book and I never did use it for scrapbooking, so I just took a bunch of this paper, literally, and cut it down to size, punched my holes because I do have a cinch, and then I just fed it in from the back. I kind of opened the wires a little bit and then fed it in. so I can add more. Let's see, this one I have a little picture, and so I just made myself a little template so that I could create that. I did do a book one time where I had these that fanned out in the book, and then this became a pocket as well. And so here's my little fan template. These I used to use, I don't so much anymore now that I have die cuts, but what this would be used for is I would make little pockets. So what I would do is I would glue this side onto patterned paper. Then I would come over here and then I would take my X-Acto knife and I would cut out my pockets. And then when you flipped it over, then of course you've got your pattern paper with all your little cutouts. But I have several die cuts that do that now. And I don't know why I keep them. I guess just in case, you never know. Because I don't like to throw things away that I made. That's my biggest thing. Like, don't throw it away. You took time to do that. You took time to draw them little lines. Okay, so here is another template, and I do use these, so I do have several of them in different sizes. Now, when I was doing the little golden books, of course, I needed the big one, but what I would do with these, again, I would take this, I would glue my scrapbook paper or digital paper or book pages or, goodness, what else? Wrapping paper, anything you can think of. I would glue it here. Then again, I would take my X-Acto knife and I would cut these out. And the reason I extended the lines was that when I'm using my ruler, I wanted to be able to see where to stop. And then I save this piece once that's popped out because you can use it for, you know, for something else. So I have several different sizes and I use mostly this size right here. Because this fits really nice into the journals that I do. And I usually like to put them on a back cover. And then, you know, they can slip a picture, especially if I'm doing like a wedding journal. So that's kind of what those are all about. You know, if you're going to sit and make templates, you might as well just make a bunch of them so that you don't have to go back every single time, go X-Acto it out, especially if it's one that you use all the time. And this is just done out of, you know, cardboard. If this came in a pack like with your scrapbook paper and they have these little cardboards, you can use some cardboard out of your kitchen, out of a box. You know, if it's not super thick, just use a box. Now, this one did come from Create with Scrimping Mommy, Amanda Charlesworth. This one, I don't know if I can explain how to do, but I definitely can give you the link to where she did this. I thought this was pretty cool. So this is also, I think, a freebie tag from her. I'm not sure. Anyway, so this becomes a pocket because it was glued 3 sides down. And then you would pull this up. This flips out. You pull that back down. And then this flips up. And then you have all this journaling. And yeah, that was really cool. So I'm never going to remember how to do this. So I put Create with Scrimping Mommy. And I put when. She showed this on September 18th, 2024. So I can always go back and look at her video to remember how to do that. So how did we do that? We're going to put that, oh yeah, we're going to put that down. And then that's going to slide. And she did some that came this way too. So yeah, it was pretty cool. I have something wrong. Something's not right there. Because that's not supposed to come up like something. Anyway. So then over here, I don't remember where I learned this, but I do like doing this one. So you have tuck spots for tags here, 3 spots in here. And this is all glued down and these are just glued on, I think. Yeah, I just glued them on, or I might have glued them to the inside and then glued the pocket down. This one is an envelope one. I've just used this one recently. I'm pretty sure it was Anna from Pink Monarch Studios. I think she showed me how to do this one too. So you have on either side, you know, you could put a tag on either side, but they will conflict with each other. It goes this way, one on the top, and then you can put little tickets on either side of that, which I just did some of these in my recent journal as well. And I put the tags in there so I don't forget I have tuck spots and how many I can get out of that. Now, this is just a folded pocket. Pam at the Paper Outpost, if you go to her playlist, she's got, oh gosh, it was using up book pages. I want it maybe from 2022. It should be in her playlist, but she was the one I learned how to do all the folding for dictionary pages, book pages, and this particular one is a double pocket. So this one I can show you how to do, but she does have a video on it. Again, this one, oh gosh, Camilla Crafts. I think I learned this from her. I don't know where she learned it from, but that's who I watch. So some of these creators get ideas from other creators as well. So I've just made myself a little template. This gets glued. Actually, when you put this down, this gets glued here and here. So you can put a little tag here, a tag behind, and then you glue this piece on and you put another tag here. So I like things that do all these little tags. Same thing, just a different scale, and I like it in a little bit bigger scale. This one is Carrie the Crafter. I have done these in journals. I love doing them. Super, super simple. You just fold that paper into, you know, a tag shape. You snip, and then you have a whole writing spot. Now, what I have done also is I've stamped. So I'll take and stamp off the page, and yeah, I do different stamping on it. So, but you can do it out of pretty scrapbook paper too, and double-sided, and it would be nice just that way. Okay, so that's one. That needs a little bit more explanation because I have not done one of those in my books yet. I want to though. Here's just some more pockets. If I want to do a side, you know, little circle, I've just got a template I can draw. This was for some pockets. These were for my bigger books. Like I said, like my little golden books. I think this would fit my, I don't know. But I kind of learned how to do them now without looking. So I don't have to really use these. But, you know, I keep them. I made them. So here we go. Let's see. What do we got over here? This one, yeah, this was just another flip out. I just put a little slit here. I cut around here and just to make it tuck in so that you could have another journal spot. This one I've done. I love doing this one. The bags are, you know, neither here nor there. But this one, I don't remember who I learned this from. But I have done this in my journals, and I absolutely love it. So you could put little tags in there, a little journal booklet, and then that lays flat in your journal. But I have done this one. And then when you glue it, you could glue just the 3 sides again, and the whole top could become another spot to put a tag. Or you could have 2 of these on the page if you made them to scale, and then each one would open up. That'd be kind of cool. All right, now these I've done videos on, and they are in my, is it a card or a page layout? That is in my playlist. So I have videos on how to do these. I believe I did one on this one as well, but this is just to remind me this can be a belly band. I don't have a video on this one, but this is super easy. I have put this in my journals on the flip out pages because when they flip in, it gives a little more weight to keep that down. Here's another one of the, is it a card or is it a journal? Same over here. So I've been doing a series of these, absolutely loving them. And I think that is it. All right, so we are going to work on today. Let me get this book back in its right place. So this is the one that I learned from Gail Augustinelli. And so I've just made a bunch of these up. You can make them out of book pages. If you do, I would suggest gluing 2 pages together because they're pretty flimsy. And I like to glue my books when they're, you know, when they're like this. Just glue skip a couple pages, glue, and then you've got a bunch of pages ready to go. Dictionary pages, same thing. If it's really thin, glue them together, give it a little strength. You can use wrapping paper, magazine paper, you know, anything that you think needs strength, give a little glue. That sounds like a song, give a little glue. Okay, so I just take, this is really good for your scraps. So I've just taken some of my scraps and I've already basically gotten it done. And then what you do is you sort of alternate. Oh, I'm sorry, I should give you measurements. So this measures 2 by 4. Every single one has to measure the same. Now I'm sure you can change the scale, but you're going to have to figure out what those measurements are. If you want it to be like 3 by 5, you're going to have to figure out how that is going to come together like this. I think it's pretty much the same. This way probably doesn't matter, but your length is going to matter. Well, this way would matter because you'd have a big hole in the middle if you didn't adjust both ways. So I'd say if you adjust an inch on one side, adjust an inch on another side. Try it out, see if it works. So what you're going to do is you're going to lay, this is how I like to do it. And let me get some white paper just so you can see what I'm doing a little bit better. And what does that say? Master copy. Okay, so let me put this here. So what you're going to do is you're going to lay your pieces out. So I've basically just laid my first piece. I'm going to lay this piece on top of that piece. This is going to be a pocket. I'm going to bring in my next piece, and oddly enough, the same pattern is going to go together, and I'm going to lay this piece on top of that piece. This now becomes a pocket. Now your very last one, you're going to want to go up underneath this one and lay it here. So this becomes a pocket, this becomes a pocket, this is a pocket, this is a pocket. Now you can just glue these if you want, or you can put a little glue and take them to your sewing machine. So let's do that again, but let's actually think about the gluing. So I'm going to put this one here. I'm going to make sure my edges are good. And then I am going to put, gosh, I use that word a lot. I'm going to go ahead and glue that one down. And I'm just putting glue at the top. Come on. Well, maybe I'm not. Being fiddly today, are ya? All right. Well, stop it. We don't need that. All right, so I'm going to get that back lined up. Get it right back. And I would, if I wanted it inked, I would ink everything right now too. And I like to ink, but for demonstration purposes, I'm not going to take the time to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and put some glue here. And I'm going to straighten that one up. Oh, that's not where I want it. You can always trim off the stray pieces too, but I try to get it as exact as possible. All right, so I'm not going to put the glue here yet. I'm just going to put it here, just so I know I've got my first piece laid down. Now I'm going to take my second piece. Now you could do the gluing if that's how you want to do it. Go right ahead. I'm going to take my second piece that goes on top, and then I'm going to go ahead and glue. And you want to make sure, if you can see it, it does have that little slit in there, and you need that because you won't be able to get your other paper in there if it doesn't. So I just try to hold the piece down. Oh, see, I keep moving it. Fiddle fingers today. Ah! Okay, try it again. And I'm gonna take that and throw a little glue. Okay, so now again, I'm going to turn it back the way we started. We have a pocket started here, a pocket started here, and now we need to create other pockets. This is going to go underneath. Nope, wait a minute. I think I turned it. Did I turn it around? Oh, well. I started up here. Where did I start from? I think I started from up here. I don't know. But anyway, let's just do it this way because both of my pieces are together. So I'm going to go underneath the top one and over top. So you're just wanting opposite colors on each side. And I had to play with it a few times before I actually got it. I'm like, how did she do that? I can't figure it out. But I played with it long enough to, now it's in my head, and now I know I can do it. So let's see. Now it looks like I'm gonna have a little more on this side, and I'm not worried about that because I'm just gonna trim that down. I'm mostly worried about getting this where it needs to be more than what's hanging off the edge there. That can always be trimmed. Okay, so again, I'm gonna go put a little bead of glue here just to keep that in place while I'm finishing up. Okay, then what I would do from here is I would just go around and then I would glue. So let me show you. Now you don't want to glue anything in the middle, nothing. Now you want to go and glue all of your little hangy pieces on the outside. You can do all your glue at once if that's what you want to do. This is just how I do it. So I would go around and just glue everything down. If I was gonna sew, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't glue all this. I would just take it to I would glue the first part just to keep them in place. But then everything else is gonna be sewn, so it's not necessary. Okay, so I have all of them. And then, let's see. This, I don't have that piece down. Okay, so thought I did 4 of them, but maybe not. All right. So then I would again take some of my little pieces and then I would make the tags. So I'll just show you the tags, but I would cut them down. And the ones that I originally made were short and I wanted them a little bit longer. So this one is 1.5 by 3. So I wanted them to come up. The other ones were super short. I don't know. I don't think I have it. I think it's in my example one. Anyhow, you can make these as long as you want, but the measurements again are 1.5 by 3, or you could go 3.5 and you'd still have plenty. And all of your pockets, where am I at? Every time you turn it, you have a pocket. Cool, huh? So now I would just take my scissors. Where are my scissors? Oh, I don't have them in here because I was using them. But anyway, I would trim this down and then it would go in my book. Now, another thing I like to do is I'll take even just a regular sheet of paper and I like to glue, just glue it on the perimeter, because what I found was happening when I glued this to my page on the 3 sides and I would go to put my tag in there. See how that's catching? Yeah, it catches on there. So it just stops that. You can even just do it, you could glue it from up here to here, whichever way you're doing it. Just start your glue up here or your piece of paper up here, and just so you get past that part where it catches. You don't have to do the whole thing, and then you glue the 3 sides and then you have your pockets. So anyway, I hope you found that helpful. I will do some more, and have a great day, everyone. Bye.